Hello everyone, this is Nikki with Fulfill Your Legacy and it is Vlog and Thoughts Thursday. I'm going to give a quick highlight on something that's to come. Okay, so the last Wednesday of the month, I'm always going to have the Legacy Leader Forum. This particular month, the last Wednesday of this month, it's going to be on conflict resolution. And I know we all need this, whether we want to admit it or not. This conflict, like I always do, is going to be based, hey, at home, in your community, or at work. It will apply for all of them, but I want us to just think on one particular verse. I'm just giving you a little taste of it. Believe me, I'll have a lot of verses that are going to help us be strong leaders and be able to resolve conflict with potentially our staff, within our home, within our community, also to keep us out of conflict ourselves. So I'm going to read this Bible verse to you. It's one that doesn't quite sit right in a lot of souls, and I know that it's got a lot of truth and wisdom. So I want to talk about it a little. James 4, 7 through 10. Submit yourselves then to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. Come near to God. He will come near you. Wash your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. Grieve, mourn, and wail. Change your laughter to mourning and your joy to gloom. Humble yourselves before the Lord and he will lift you up. Well, that verse, yikes. I mean, I about want one sentence out of there, and it's resist the devil and he will flee from you. There, I'll take that. I'll put it on a card in one of my pretty pictures I put on my blogs, right? But we just can't do that, and there's so much stuff that we don't really want to address. There's so much power in it, and it's really going to help individuals that are trying to work on conflict resolution. I don't want to give a bunch away. There's several more aspects we'll look at, but I do want to touch on this a little bit in terms of submitting yourself, because it helps us remove the personal conflict out of the situation, the personal part. Because really, if we're submitting ourselves to God, which is what it says, then he's going to be able to purify our hearts. He's going to be able to give us strength and insight. He's going to be able to share and help us have grace with other people. So when we're personally having a conflict with someone, this submitting yourself to them doesn't always feel so right. And sometimes that is what you need to do, but not always. It could be a disobedient child, and that's a little different. But the submitting yourself that we're talking about here is to God. And there's so much power in that. There really is. For one, just admitting where you're fallen short is huge, and it allows God to work in you. And so this is all conflict that I'm talking about you potentially having, but there's also conflict that maybe you're the leader, and it could be at home, it could be at work, in the community, but thinking about you being the leader. And have you ever worked somewhere where I've worked somewhere, a couple different places, where I had just so little respect for the people who were leading me. That's hard. I behaved the same way. I made it my passion to it's just how I am. Morally, I'm going to act a certain way at work. But to do that for somebody that isn't equally yoked, is unethical, is super hard. So when we're talking about being strong leaders, whether it is with your kids, man, I want you knowing, understanding, and calling on God for this grace, strength, all this that you need from him, and being real with God and fessing up and asking for this divine intervention to help you be a strong leader and to help you submit to authority and to help you be wise and get into places where you are equally yoked so that you feel good about submitting to authority. These are all things that I want you to think on, and this is just a highlight of our training on the last Wednesday of the month at the Legacy Leader Forum. I'll talk to you later. Bye.